What is Bash?
Bash, born-again shell, is a Unix shell and command language written as a free software replacement for the Bourne shell, sh. It is the default login shell on most Linux distributions and Mac OS, until Catalina.
What file extension is conventionally used for Bash scripts?
.sh. While not strictly required for execution, .sh signals intent and lets tooling treat the file as a shell script.
What must the first line of an executable Bash script be?
A shebang line, e.g. #usr/bin/env bash or #bin/bash, which tells the kernel which interpreter to invoke.
What command makes a script file executable?
chmod plus x script.sh, or chmod 755 script.sh.
How do you run a script located in the current directory?
/script.sh. The // is required because the current directory is not normally in $path.
What is the difference between shscript.sh and /script.sh?
sh explicitly invokes the sh interpreter and ignores the shebang, so bash-specific features may break. /script.sh honors the shebang and uses the listed interpreter.
What is a variable in Bash?
A named storage location for a value, assigned with name equals value, no spaces around equals, and referenced as $name or $name.
How do you make a variable available to child processes?
Export it, export var equals value or var equals value, export var. Without export, the variable is local to the current shell.
What is the difference between $var and $var?
Both expand the value, but $var disambiguates boundaries, e.g. $var suffix versus the ambiguous $var suffix. It also enables parameter expansion features like default values and substring operations.
How do you provide a default value when expanding an unset variable?
$var default substitutes default if var is unset or empty. $var equals default also assigns the default back to var.
What does $var message do?
Prints message to stare and exits the script with status 1 if var is unset or empty. Useful for required input guards.
What are positional parameters?
The arguments passed to a script or function, accessed as $1, $2, with $0 being the script name and $# the count of arguments.
What does $at expand to?
Each positional parameter as a separate, individually quoted word, $1, $2, $3. This is the correct way to forward arguments.
What is the difference between $at and $*?
$at expands to separate quoted words preserving argument boundaries. $* joins all arguments into a single word separated by the first character of IFS, a space by default. Always prefer $at for iteration.
How do you get the exit status of the last command?
The special variable holds it. 0 means success, non-zero indicates failure.
What are some standard exit codes used in Bash?
0 success, 1 general error, 2 misuse of shell built-in, 126 command found but not executable, 127 command not found, 128 plus n terminated by signal n, e.g. 130 equals sigint/control-c, 137 equals sigkill, 143 equals sigterm.
What does sete do?
Tells the shell to exit immediately if any command, pipeline, or simple command exits with a non-zero status, unless explicitly tested in if / while / and contexts.
What is the purpose of setu?
Treats unset variables as an error when expanded, causing immediate exit. Helps catch typos and missing configuration.
What does seto pipefail do?
Makes a pipeline's return status the value of the rightmost command to exit non-zero, or zero if all succeed, instead of the last command only. Combined with set E, it surfaces failures hidden mid-pipeline.
What is a recommended strict mode prologue for bash scripts?
Set EUO pipe fail, exit on error, undefined variables, and pipeline failures. Often paired with ifs equals $/ and \t to avoid word splitting surprises.
What is the ifs variable?
Internal field separator, the characters bash uses for word splitting after unquoted expansions and for splitting records in read. Default is space, tab, new line.
What is word splitting?
After unquoted parameter, command, and arithmetic expansions, bash splits the result into words on each character in ifs. Always quote expansions, $var, to prevent it.
What is globbing in bash?
Filename pattern expansion, unquoted asterisk. Match filenames in the current directory. To disable, set F. To force, set F, set plus F in a subshell.
How do you prevent globbing from matching nothing and producing a literal pattern?
Set U does not affect this, but shopt-s null glob makes empty globs expand to nothing, and shopt-s fail glob causes the command to fail when no match is found.
What is the difference between single and double quotes in bash?
Single quotes preserve every character literally, no expansion occurs. Double quotes preserve most characters but allow $, backticks, \, and history to expand. Always double quote variables.
How do you write a multi-line string in bash?
Use a here document, cat eof \line1 \line2 \neof. Quote the delimiter eof to disable parameter expansion inside.
What is a here string and how is it used?
Command $variable feeds the variable's value as the command's standard input, useful for piping single values without echo var, cmd.
What are the basic conditional expressions in an if statement?
If, elif, else, phi. The condition is a list of commands, its exit status, 0 equals true, decides the branch.
What is the difference between and?
Is the POSIX test built in with word splitting? Is a bash keyword, no word splitting on operands, supports == and =regex. Evaluates arithmetic, returning 0 when the result is non-zero.
What are common file test operators in?
E exists, F is regular file, D is directory, L is symlink, R readable, W writable, X executable, S size 0. Negates. Example, F $file.
What are common string test operators?
Z $, true if empty, N true if non-empty, == or ==, with glob on right equals not equal, lexicographic compare.
How do you test two integers in bash?
Use A == B, A on integers in, they do lexicographic compare.
What is a case statement used for?
Pattern matching branching over a single value, e.g. case $x in \n start, \n stop, halt, \n asterisk, default, \nesac. The right-hand side supports globs and alternations.
How do you write a for loop over a list of values?
For f in ABC, do echo $f, done. The list can come from a glob, command substitution, or array.
How do you loop over an array safely?
For item in $arr, at, do echo $item, done. Quoting and, at, preserve elements that contain spaces.
What is the C style for loop syntax?
For I = 0, I less than 10, I++, do echo $I, done. Uses arithmetic expression syntax with comma-separated C-style clauses.
What is the syntax for a while loop?
While condition, do body, done. The condition is re-evaluated after each iteration. The loop ends when the command returns non-zero.
What does until do?
Loops as long as its condition is false, until ping C1 host, do sleep 5, done.
How do you break out of a loop early or skip an iteration?
Break exits the innermost loop, continue skips to the next iteration. Both accept an optional integer level, e.g. break 2 exits 2 levels.
How do you define a bash function?
Name, commands, or function name, commands. The body shares the caller's shell environment, no local scope by default.
How do you make a variable local to a function?
Use the local built-in, local foo equals bar. Without it, assignments are global.
How do you pass arguments to a function?
Positional parameters $1, $2, etc. inside the function body. Quoted arrays can be passed by reference via declare end-ref-name equals array, bash 4.3 plus.
What is command substitution?
Using the output of a command as a value, $, preferred, or the legacy backticks command. Nests cleanly and is recommended.
What is process substitution?
CMD, expose a command's input or output as a file name referring to a /dev/fd/npipe. Example, diff, sort A, sort B.
What is an arithmetic expansion?
Expression, evaluates an integer expression, e.g. a plus b asterisk 2. Supports plus, asterisk, /%, power, bitwise, and ternary.
How do you define an indexed array?
ARR sadface 1 2 3, or ARR 0 equals 1, ARR 1 equals 2. Access with $ARR 0, all elements with $ARR at, or $ARR asterisk, count with $ARR at.
How do you append to an array?
ARR plus sadface 4 5. To append a single element, ARR plus sadface 6.
How do you loop over array indices and values?
For I in $ARR at, do echo $I equals $ARR I done. $ARR at expands to the indices of ARR.
How do you define an associative array, #dict?
Declare am sadface, key 1 equals val 1, key 2 equals val 2. Requires bash 4 plus. Access with $m, key 1, all keys with $m, at, length with $m, at.
How do you get the length of a string?
$var, returns the number of characters. For an array, use $ARR, at, for the number of elements.
How do you do substring or slice operations?
$var offset, length. Example, $path is 0:5, gets the first 5 characters negative offsets are counted from the end.
How do you remove a prefix or suffix pattern from a variable?
$var pattern, removes shortest prefix, $var pattern, removes longest prefix, $var suffix, removes shortest suffix, $var suffix, removes longest suffix.
How do you replace text in a variable's value?
$var/old/new, replaces first match, $var/old/new, replaces all, $var/old/new, replaces at the start, $var/%old/new, at the end.
How do you convert a string to upper or lower case?
Bash 4 plus, $var happy face, to upper, $var, to lower. $var caret, and $var, capitalize/decapitalize the first character only.
How do you read a line of input from the user?
Read RP prompt, answer. R disables \escaping, P provides a prompt.
How do you read a file line by line?
While ifs equals read R line, do echo $line, done file.txt. Setting ifs equals preserves leading/trailing white space.
How do you read fields separated by a delimiter into variables?
ifs equals read our user underscore uid underscore underscore home underscore slash etc slash password. The second positional is a placeholder variable name to skip fields.
What is /dev/null used for in scripts?
Discarding output, cmd/dev/null 2 and 1 silences both stout and stare. Useful when only the exit code matters.
How do you redirect stout and stare separately?
cmd out.log to air.log. 2 and 1 sends stare to wherever stout points, order matters, do redirections left to right.
How do you append redirection?
cmd log.txt 2 and 1. Without, truncates the file each run.
What does exec do in a script?
Without redirection, it replaces the current shell process with a new command. With redirection, exec file, it modifies the current shell's file descriptors, e.g. to send all subsequent output to a log.
What is a subshell?
A child shell spawned with commands or by backgrounding. Changes to variables, cd, and shell options do not affect the parent. Useful for isolating cd and temporary variable changes.
How do you run a command in the background?
Append end, long underscore job end. The shell prints the job ID and PID. Use wait%1 or wait $PID to synchronize.
What does trap do?
Sets a handler to run when the shell receives a signal or exits. Example, trap rmf $file exit ensures cleanup on any exit, including signals.
How do you run cleanup code whether the script succeeds or fails?
Use trap cleanup exit. The exit pseudosignal fires on any termination, normal exit, error, or signal, except sigkill.
What is the temp command for?
Creates a unique temporary file or directory safely, tmp equals $temp, or tmpd equals $tempd. Avoids race conditions and predictable paths in /tmp.
What is the difference between source_script.sh and /script.sh?
Source, alias, executes the file in the current shell, so variable assignments and cd persist. /script.sh runs in a new subshell, so its changes do not affect the parent.
What is the getOps built-in used for?
Parsing short command line options like a, b value. Example, while getOpsub, c opt, do case $optin esac, done. Optarg holds an options argument, $optind is the next index to process.
What is a common pitfall when reading getOps after the loop?
You usually want to shift processed options with shift $optind 1, so that $it contains the remaining positional arguments.
How do you check whether a command exists before calling it?
Command v cmd/dev/null 2 and 1, preferred, or which cmd. Use it in an if to gate behavior, if command v docker/dev/null, then.
What is the difference between $cmd and cmd?
Both perform command substitution. Dollar is the modern form, easier to read, supports nesting, $, date, and behaves more predictably inside double quotes.
What does the local built-in do?
Declares a variable with function local scope, hiding any global of the same name. Always use local for variables inside functions to avoid leaking values.
What is declare I used for?
Forces a variable to integer type. Arithmetic is performed on assignment, e.g. declare in equals 1 plus 2 gives n equals 3. Useful for counters, though n++ is often clearer.
What is declare r?
Makes a variable read-only. Any later assignment is an error. Equivalent to the read-only built-in, e.g. declare r version equals 1.0.
What is the difference between echo and printf?
Echo adds a trailing new line and may interpret / escapes depending on the shell. Printf is portable, format-driven, and gives precise control. Prefer printf %s \n $var for arbitrary data.
How do you print to stare from a script?
Printf %s \n error and 2 or echo error and 2. Send errors to stare so they can be redirected separately from normal output.
What is the read built-in with D?
D-delim sets the line delimiter instead of new line, useful for reading records terminated by NUL, read D, in find print 0 loops.
What is the find command's print 0 for?
Prints file names separated by a NUL byte, so file names with spaces or new lines are unambiguous. Pair with zargs -0 or while ifs equals read rdf, do, done.
What is the zargs command for?
Builds and executes command lines from standard input. Safer, zargs -0 n1i, cmd, for NUL delimited input and 1 argument per invocation.
How do you use find to delete files older than 7 days?
Find /path type fntime +7 delete. Test first by removing delete to list matches. Mtime +7 means strictly more than 7 by 24 hours old.
What is a heredoc with command substitution?
catout.txt /nhello $usr /neof. The unquoted delimiter allows $usr to expand. Use EOF to disable expansion entirely.
How do you run a command and capture both stout and stare?
Out equals $cmd2 and 1, or out equals $cmd2 and 1, echo rc equals $. For preserving them separately, use temp files, cmd out to air.
What is the purpose of setx or setostrace?
Prints each command to stare after expansion before executing it. Great for debugging. Turn off with set +x.
What is PS4 in bash?
The prompt prefix used by setx for trace output. Setting PS4 equals $, bash _source, $, gives line-numbered traces that pinpoint where in a script each command runs.
How do you time how long a piece of code takes?
Use time cmd, or time format equals %r, time, cmd1, cmd2, to get the elapsed seconds in time format, aware contexts. Inside a script, seconds equals 0, cmd, echo $seconds gives elapsed seconds.
What is a common bash scripting pitfall involving spaces?
var equals value is a syntax error or runs the command var with args equals and value. White space around equals in assignments is not allowed.
What goes wrong with if $foo equals bar when foo is empty?
Word splitting expands it to equals bar, a syntax error. Always quote if $foo equals bar or use $foo equals bar.
Why should you avoid parsing ls output in scripts?
File names can contain spaces, new lines, or quotes that break naive parsing. Use globs for f in star.txt, or find print 0 with zargs -0 or read d.
What is the issue with for f in $ls?
Triggers word splitting and glob expansion on each file name, mangling names with spaces or special characters. Prefer for f in asterisk or find print 0, while read df.
What is the best way to count lines in a file?
wcl file.txt to avoid the file name in output, or awk-end, print nr, file for portability across line endings. grep file also counts new lines.
How do you iterate over command line arguments?
For arg in $at, do echo $arg, done. Quoting $at preserves arguments containing spaces.
How do you join an array into a single string with a delimiter?
Joined equals $ifs equals comma, echo $, arr, asterisk, or in bash 4.4 plus joined equals ARR, asterisk, with IFS equals, set locally. For arbitrary joining, use printf%s \n $ARR, paste SD.
What is the null byte and how does bash handle it?
The null byte, \0, cannot appear in bash strings, since C-style null terminators end strings. Find print 0 works around this for file names. Never printf a NUL into a bash variable.
How do you ensure a script is run with bash and not sh?
Start with #usr/bin/env bash and check at runtime, $bash_version, echo need bash, exit 1.
What is the difference between $0 and $bash_source 0?
$0 is the name used to invoke the script, maybe bash/script.sh, or just script.sh. $bash_source 0 is always the path of the script file currently executing, useful for resolving the script's own directory, dir equals $cd $dirname $bash_source 0, and pwd.
How do you read a configuration file as bash variables?
Source config.sh or config.sh. Files meant for sourcing should not run side effects and should be careful with quoting.
How do you include another script without executing it?
There is no direct include, use source, executes, or parse functions with eval $, declare ffuncname. Modules are usually sourced.
What is a common cause of argument list too long errors?
Passing the expanded form of a huge glob directly to a command, e.g. rm** in a directory with millions of files. Use find exec rm plus or zargs instead.
What is a bash subshell trap?
cd/tmp and in cmd changes directory only in the subshell. The parent's working directory is unchanged once the subshell exits.
How do you convert a string to an integer safely?
Use arithmetic, n equals $10 $s, forces base 10 interpretation and errors on non-digits. Declare in equals $s also forces integer semantics but silently ignores bad suffixes.
What is the difference between return and exit in a function?
Return n exits the function with status n, default, the last command status. Exit n terminates the entire script with status n.
How do you make a script only run on Linux, not Mac OS?
Case $uname s in Linux, echo Linux only, exit 1 ESAC. Or use $uname equals Linux with a guard.
How do you schedule a bash script to run periodically?
Use cron tab e.g. 03 *********backup.sh/var/log/backup.log 2 and 1, or systemd timers. Cron jobs have a minimal path. Set required variables explicitly.
What is a bash strict mode issue with CD?
Set e doesn't help if cd succeeds in the parent but a later command fails for another reason. Use cd/path exit 1 or pushed/path exit to make failure visible.
How do you check whether you are running as root?
$EUID-EQ0, root has EUID 0. Alternatively, $IDU-EQ0. Use this to gate operations needing privileges.
What is the bash_env variable?
A file sourced by non-interactive bash scripts on startup. Useful for setting strict mode and common aliases across all scripts. Export bash_env equals /etc/bash_env.sh.
How do you make a script portable across Linux distributions?
Avoid bash 4+ features when targeting older systems. Use #bin/sh if POSIX is enough, and test on the target. Use command V instead of which and prefer printf to echo.
How do you debug a script that exits early under set E?
Add set X for tracing, run with bash x script.sh, or temporarily disable set E for a block. Bash in script.sh checks syntax without running.
What is the difference between script and source script?
They are identical. Source is a bash alias for the POSIX operator.
What is the effect of shop-des expand underscore aliases?
Enables alias expansion in non-interactive scripts. By default, aliases are not expanded in scripts, so the line alias ll equals ls defined in /bashrc won't apply.
How do you test a script safely?
Use bash n for syntax, shellcheck script.sh, linter, for issues, and run with set x on a copy or in a sandbox. For destructive commands, dry run with echo prefixed or use RMI during testing.
What is shellcheck?
A static analysis tool, shellcheck.net, that flags common bugs, quoting issues, and style problems in shell scripts. It is highly recommended. Install via Package Manager and run in CI.
How do you handle a long-running command with a timeout?
Use timeout 30 cmd from caroutles, returning non-zero on timeout. In pure bash, sleep 30, kill $, and watcher equals $cmd, kill $watcher 2/dev/null.
What is the base name and dir name pair?
Base name /s/b/c.sh print c.sh, dir name /s/b/c.sh print /a/b. Useful for working with file paths inside scripts.
How do you check if a string matches a regex in bash?
$= 0 to 9 plus $, matches a digits-only string. Capture groups if $=az plus dash 0 to 9 plus $, then echo $bash_match 1 $bash_match 2 phi.
What is the built-in?
A no-op that ignores its arguments and returns 0. Used as a placeholder in empty functions or branches, and as the left side of parameter expansion tricks, e.g., $var equals default.
How do you log script output with timestamps?
Exec, while ifs equals read our line, do printf %s $n date plus %f $t, $, done, 2 and 1. Or pipe everything through ts, %f %t, from maroodles.
How do you compare two floating point numbers in bash?
Bash arithmetic only handles integers. Use awk or bc, awk va equals 1.5 vb equals 1.4 begin, exit, a greater than b, or $echo $a $b bcl.
What is the command?
An arithmetic evaluation built-in returning 0 if the expression result is non-zero. Use it for integer tests, if a less than b, then phi.
What is the shopped built-in for?
Toggles optional shell behavior. Examples: shopped s-glob makes globs case insensitive, shopped s.glob includes hidden files and globs, shopped s globstar enables for recursive matching.